welcome back. So it's time for my next favorite step, highlighting. So with this look, we wanted to go very like medium coverage, kind of radiant with the extra luminous, the luminous primers. Okay, let's start over. Hi guys, welcome back. It's time for my next favorite step, highlighting. So with this look, we were trying to go for kind of a more medium coverage, luminous, glowing from within look. We started with the luminous primer, went with the NARS Sheer Glow foundation, and now we're ready for the actual highlighting step. So to do kind of to imitate that natural like glow from within, I'm gonna take one of my favorite liquid highlighters. So this is the Becca, what is it called? A Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid. This is in the color Prosecco Pop. This is actually one of the best liquid highlighters. I'm just going to take a tiny pump, like one pump. You don't need a lot. One of the best liquid highlighters that I have used personally. Like I've tried a couple of different brands, and when you go in, you need to either go in like under your makeup, which I honestly don't understand that trend because you're just covering up your makeup. You're covering it up with foundation anyway, so what does that do? Or two, you've already put powders on, and just putting a liquid or a cream on top of a powder, it's never good. I've had some that just like I've put it on and I've had powders and it just takes away everything that's underneath, and it's like, well, great, now what am I gonna do? But this one, I don't have that problem. So I just put it on the back of my hand, kind of smeared it around, got a little bit on the back of my finger, and I'm just gonna start tapping this into the skin on the high points of my cheek. And I'm just going to start working this in with my finger. You can also use a beauty blender if you really want to diffuse the look a little bit more, but I kind of want to keep it a little more concentrated just in this area. So that's why I'm just sticking with using my finger. Oh, I went a little crazy. Oh no, I went a little crazy. Okay. It's okay, it's very light. And then I'm going to take this, the Morphe Y1 brush that we used to put on the powder, and I'm just going to start kind of working this along the edges to kind of diffuse it and soften those edges so there's not like a real harsh line where you have your highlighter as opposed to the rest of your makeup. So I'm just working this on. There we go. So you can see it's very subtle, but it still kind of is like this inner glow. It's very subtle and you can't really tell like, oh, does she have highlighter on, or is it just like glowing, is her skin just glowing because she ate her vegetables and drank a lot of water. So I'm just gonna, oh my gosh, do you see this? I just got highlight all in my hair. You know what? I'm not even mad about it. If there's anything to get in your hair, it will be highlighter. You know, like I'm not mad about it. So I'm just gonna tap this guy in. Sometimes I do feel with liquid highlighters too, it works a little bit better with your fingers than it does with like a beauty blender. I don't know. I've had trouble both ways, but I just feel like in general your fingers, you have a little bit more control. You can really press it in and it doesn't pick up or grab like the way a beauty blender sometimes does, you know? So I'm actually working this all the way up under my temple. We're really going for it. Why not? Why not? There's some contour that's not blended. Oops. Okay, so now I'm just going with this brush again and really diffuse this edges out. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I kind of went a little too far down on my cheeks, but I did that on accident here, so I had to like recreate it. Whenever you're doing makeup, if you make a mistake on one side, you kind of need to duplicate your mistake on the other just for the sake of symmetry. So I've done that. I have still a lot, like you can see I have a lot left on my hand. I'm gonna wipe that off. So you really don't need very much. Like this is gonna last forever. I don't know when I'm gonna ever use that all up. Unless I cover my whole face with it, which sometimes honestly I'm tempted to do. So got that done. I'm gonna go back in with the blush that I had already put on just to kind of soften out and diffuse this highlight. Like I love a good highlight, but I don't really like it to come too far down, especially on the apples of my cheeks, because that tends to emphasize pores a little bit. Even with this guy, which is a very subtle highlighter, I just don't like the glow too far here. But this is a great trick. If you ever just like mess up or you like get a little too crazy, just put a little more blush on, put a little more powder on, and blend it all together. It really helps tone down. It just helps tone everything down a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I think that's looking really great, but of course, it's still not enough. It's never enough highlighter. And I really love how it's kind of like a more of a glossy, glowy highlighter. But I feel like we can turn it up just a notch. Just hold on one sec. Just hold on. Bam! I'm back. And I got the wet set. I love this. I love this highlighter. I can't even express to you how much I love these highlighters. They're amazing. They're amazing. And these last all day long. And they're just, I've never experienced anything like it, because you don't understand until you've felt it. They're so like, it's like a putty, but they go on so well. I don't even know what to tell you, because they're just so amazing. Can you see that? Like, I don't know if you can see those, how like they're just, oh, they're beyond amazing. Beyond amazing. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a flat highlighter brush. This is the Pro Precision brush, number 73 from Sephora. It's like flat. This is my favorite brush for this kind of palette. So I'm gonna go in with this kind of one that's like a goldy with a pink reflect. It's called Frostbite. And then I'm going to go on with the actual gold one called Sweet Dreams to kind of tie the blush, and then the Becca highlighter, which, the Becca highlighter Prosecco Pop is gold, very light gold. We got the blush. We have kind of that rose gold shimmer on the eyes from the Soiree Diaries, the Pure palette. So I'm going to go in, and you can pick up quite a bit on the brush with this guy, because it is pretty subtle, especially these top two, or these guys, the lighter ones, they can be pretty subtle. So I'm going to pick up a fair bit and just start rubbing that on the highlight points. Oh, yes. There we go. That's it. That's what we're looking for. I love it. I love this highlighter. So I'm going to go in on the other side. Can you see that? Can you see just like how that just takes what we had going with the Becca and just like kicks it up like a whole nother level? Yeah, so I'm going to actually take this gold, put on the Cupid's bow, grab a little on my finger, go down the bridge of my nose, grab a little extra, just hit the temples, hit the chin, because it's subtle. And we want this to be a very glowy kind of look. Like, we don't want a lot going on. It just looks dewy and radiant and glowing. So, there you have it. Glow, baby, glow.